Okay, Splash Pack Crew, welcome back, man. Nick Cannon is having another kid. I mean, that's a running joke, but I just started looking into it like, what's the benefit of having more kids? Me, I'm all with having them, and I have this guy that wrote this book that I want to review and go over with you guys today. And he had a book, and it's called The Selfish Reason for Having More Kids. Because you got to understand, like, Nick Cannon is not the only one. Elon Musk has 8 kids. Mick Jagger has 8 kids. A lot of people, they just putting it on Nick Cannon, but there's a lot of stars out there, celebrities, and normal people that have 8 kids. They can afford it. You don't have to be a millionaire. So this one guy right here, he asked this question, well, what is the upside for having more kids? And what he's explaining is they did a sample of twins, and no matter what, you separate them, nature versus nurture, they're going to come out with the genetic code and act like their parents. So let's look at this right here and see. But kids are not as expensive as you think.
What's the upside of having kids?
There I would say there are so many different reasons. There are as many different reasons as there are people. The reason why I called my book Selfish Reasons to Have More Kids rather than to have kids is I just want to say, look, there's a lot of evidence out there that parents have much less effect on their kids than they think, which means that a lot of parental sacrifice and suffering is unnecessary. You can raise the kids that you are going to have in a much less painful way. Which means
painful for both.
Yeah, painful for both.
Kids,
although
right,
here I'm focusing more on painful for the parents.
Right.
Which means that the kids you want are cheaper than you think. Right. So here I'm thinking just like a typical economist saying, look, if it turns out that something's 25% cheaper than you thought, you might want to put more in your cart. Right. And it turns out that you can raise kids without giving up your favorite hobbies. You might want to have a kid that you weren't going to have. You might want to have another kid.
And see, that's what he's saying. Most people just thinking that, oh man, I have a kid, my life is over. He points out in his book 4 points: nature versus nurture, what I spoke about. Parents are much more worried than they ought to be. We got cameras now, we got more tracking, we got more technology. It's a lot going on, but it's easier now. You don't have to worry about the bubonic flu and this and that. So people are more worried. They put more fear on them. Most of the people putting the fear on, they don't have kids. They looking, but they don't have kids and they're not dealing with it. There's many benefits of children. I mean, later in life, I mean, like I said, you don't want to have kids, don't worry. When you're 70, 80 years old, there's nobody to take you to the doctor. There's nobody to take you to the hospital. You own your own. That boss of that job is not going to be there, and that's that. And the last one is just self-interest and altruism. Here, Elon Musk spoke about it. This guy, I'm going to show you another clip that talks about having more people brings more ideas. The world is not a birthday cake where everybody's taking a slice and then we out of food. This is what Bill Gates, this is what a lot of people are trying to do with the abortion clinic. Less people. No, more people is more ideas. You people are fooled. They tricking y'all by saying don't have kids, you just don't have a lot. Man, that's on you. If you had the means, you can do it. They're not as expensive as you think, but I want y'all to see this other clip. I want to cue the clip up and let you know and let you hear where he's coming from and what he says. I don't care what you say. If you got the means, you're doing yourself a disservice by not having kids. Don't worry, when you're 60 and 70, you're going to look back and say, damn, that's what you was put here for. But let's look right here. Like I said, I'm having many as I can have. I don't care what y'all say.
What Simon's arguments were. Again, we can talk about them more in the Q&A if you like. So what he said is high and growing populations are good. His first big argument which again probably stands out above the others, is that the main source of economic growth is new ideas. Right? The main source of economic growth is new ideas. It's not buildings. It's not just having more people. Rather, it is taking available resources and doing something new with it. That's where most economic growth comes from. And new ideas come from people. Right? New ideas actually come from people. Right? And as a result, population and progress go hand in hand. When you have more people, you generally get more ideas. And when you get more ideas, you get more progress. Right? Simon.
I mean, so this is what he's saying. So the more people you have, the more ideas, the more progress. I mean,
we are not running out of resources. So he said the real.
I mean, let me edit this and remove this. So think of Elon Musk. Think of this invention. It came from somebody thinking. So if there's only a population pool of 5 people or 10 people, then you're like, it's like the people at the top don't want more people, but the smart people know, man, I need help. I need more people. But don't worry, keep following these norms and these trends. I don't need kids. I don't need them. It's all right. You'll see later.